So I'm looking at this bull. I'm looking at. I'm looking at. Okay, yeah, we got that recording as well. You're laughing like a serial killer all of a sudden. All
Hey
right,
man.
is that would that be your serial killer name? Hey man,
Hey man.
is that where you lay your victims down to rest in the hay?
No, I use the hay.
You kill them with the hay.
One strand. Straw.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Levi with Northwest Magic.
And I am Howie.
Wow, what an intro, Howie.
Ha ha.
There it goes again, your strange laughs.
Yeah, it's fine. Today we're talking about we finally got the 10th sword, the sword of X and Y as we call them. And we're gonna tier list them up, see which ones are up there at the top at S and which ones are not.
Yeah, which ones are just not? I accidentally put Sword of Dungeons and Dragons in here, so we decided to cover F up because I don't think there's gonna be a sword that is F tier.
Nah, man,
Personally,
probably not even below C. But we'll see.
okay,
Whew, you want me to start out?
yeah, let's start out.
All right. We're going to start with Sword of Body and Mind. These are all, I'm only going to say this once. They're all 3 mana, and all their equip costs are 2. They're all artifact equipments. For this one, equipped creature gets +2/+2. They all also do that. But this one gets protection from green and from blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you create a 2/2 green wolf creature token, and that player mills 10 cards. That's a tenth of their deck.
Yeah, that's a lot of mill. And I like wolves, but I don't think that really does like anything here. I feel like you would be going harder into the green wolf creature token rather than. I'm sorry. I'm tired of talking about
The
the
mill.
mill. Okay,
The mill. It's all good. The mill.
I feel like they would be going harder into the mill if they were using this kind of card.
I know I just said I know I just said none of these are C, but this is D. This might be the worst one. We're starting out with the worst one. I think that
You made me choke on my Pineapple Express milk.
I think that a one little 2/2 token with nothing, it's just a 2/2 token is not that great. And if you're in a deck where you want to mill cards, you could do a lot better for 5 mana. I'm pretty sure there's 4 or 5 mana or 6 mana ones that make people mill half their library. You get the protection, and that's cool in Voltron decks, but I'm not a fan of it. I say comfortable D. I saw you already put it there. What do you think?
Yeah, and I don't think it's synergizing with either thing all that well. I mean, you might get some kind of token, but I don't know. It's like if you're making tokens and you're milling, you're leaning into one or the other. So
Yeah, and either if you lean into one or the other, I feel like this is a very cuttable card. If you're into running all the swords, go for it. If you need the protection, yeah, but otherwise, this probably has the worst body of text among all of them. I think, until we read later.
it's got the worst body out of all of them.
That's right, the worst body, worst mind.
The second sword is Sword of Feast and Famine. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from black and from green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you untap all lands you control. This is fucking sick.
S tier.
This
Easy
is
yes.
this is an S tier, bro.
All right, let's
This
move on to
is-
the next sword. No, Feast and Famine is maybe the best one. We got the best right after the worst. Untapping all your lands is insane.
It's
So even if
stupid.
you wait until you got 5 mana, you put this down, equip it that same turn, you're gonna get all your mana back.
Yeah.
And on top of it, like if it just said that, it'd still be the best sword. But then your opponents they have to discard a card.
They
That's
get
pretty
the
good.
pleasure of discarding a
They
card.
they get the pleasure of losing resources, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think
is
this
super
is the
cool.
most expensive card by far, and there's a good reason for it.
This is the most expensive card. Like more
The most expensive sword.
Holy crap!
The card of all time, Mana Crypt. This card dwarfs it.
It dwarfs
insane.
Black Lotus.
Ooh, what's that?
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, I think
super good.
we got it. We got it.
I honestly
Number 3. Sword of Fire and Ice. It's +2/+2 protection from red and from blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of Fire and Ice deals 2 damage to any target, and you draw a card. What do you think?
you get to draw a card. That's cool.
I mean,
Fire and Ice
like
deals
it.
2 damage to any target. That's really cool. I think this synergizes pretty well with like and is it, or well, it doesn't have to be is it, but like if you like drawing cards and like doing damage, this is pretty solid.
What deck doesn't want to do that? This is I like this one a lot. It doesn't excel in any category, but it does what you want to do, right?
Yeah,
I would say B or A. Pick you take the pick.
B or
Maybe
A.
B.
Let's
I'd
put
say
it in
B
B
because it can go anywhere. Yeah, we can change it later if we want.
Yeah, I was gonna say it actually could potentially move up to an A. We can keep going here, but yeah, I think you're right. It just doesn't really excel in anything, but like drawing a card's always nice. There are things that are better at that.
And 2 damage is not irrelevant. If you can kill a lot of important creatures in the format with that, and if you don't got any of that, just deal 2 damage to someone.
Yeah, pretty sick. Kind of boring, honestly. Not gonna lie. Anyway, Sword of Forge and Frontier.
One of the newer ones.
Number 4. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. You may play an additional land this turn. Also pretty sick. I like this card.
I like this one too. I feel like it does similar things to what we just talked about, Fire and Ice, that one.
Yeah,
where
that lame one.
It does it does things you want to already do in a deck, which is draw cards basically. You get your card advantage and you ramp. And notably, you can play an additional land this turn. It doesn't have to be one of the ones exiled.
Yeah, you said A?
So I think it's I'm probably going to move it down to B later, honestly, but I just want to put it in A for now because I like it better than Fire and Ice, but it's similar. Like instead of damage, you're ramping. But
yeah,
I
think
I like it a lot.
If Fire and Ice is in B, then I feel like this is an A. Or if this goes to B, then I feel like Fire and Ice might even go to C. But
I lied hard at the beginning of the video, saying nothing. We weren't that much in C. Everything changes.
Does Levi have any thoughts to contribute to this discussion? I think Impulse of 2 cards is sick. Impulse
it's pretty cool.
Is just good.
And honestly, there's more and more decks in the format that care about playing things from exile. You already got your Prospers and your Faldorns, and there's some Izzet commander that cares about it, I think. I don't know. But there's just more and more of it in the format, and this does synergize in that specific strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot. This is just cool. This is just nice. It can go in a lot.
Yeah, it sure can. Sword of Hearth and Home.
Morty.
Good God.
Wait, is it my turn? Oh, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Don't talk ever again. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target creature you own, then search your library for a basic land card. Put both cards onto the battlefield under your control, then shuffle.
This finds its home in Blink decks really well.
Oh my God. It does. It does. Even without a Blink deck, like, I would run this in my 4-color Omnath deck just because my commander has an Enter the Battlefield trigger. At the very least.
Yeah. I think this is a teensy bit more specialized than maybe Sword of Forge and Frontier, but it's not. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Tier lists are harder than I thought. I want to put it in A, but I also want to put it in B.
Yeah. I
What do you
kind
think?
of want to put it. I'm actually leaning more towards B too,
Yeah, that's
just because
fine.
I think Sword of Forge and Frontier is better than it.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
is. So
In the right deck, I think it would do. Its ceiling is higher than Forge
it's
and
seal.
Frontier,
Yeah.
but it needs to be in the right deck for that.
That is
And
interesting.
you can't think about this card being too general for like Voltron decks because in those decks you probably only have one creature and you don't want to blink it or you're gonna lose all the equipment or not lose it, but it won't be attached anymore.
All
Who's
right.
next? You go for it.
Yeah, I'm on. Okay. What are we on? One, two, three,
We're on
six.
Sword of Light and Shadow.
Number 6. Sword of Light and Shadow. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from white and from black. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 3 life, and you may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. This one's also pretty specialized. It's very like, I want stuff out of my graveyard. And the 3
Yeah,
life is cute, but it doesn't really, like, unless you're
man,
gaining a lot of stuff from gaining life, it doesn't really do anything.
going through these, some of these are worse than I remember. I I don't
Yeah,
like it.
this one is
This
just like
it's
if we could go to the battlefield or something, but I'm kind of,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
say D. It's specifically a creature card, and nobody cares about the 3 life.
yeah, nobody cares.
Kind of
Like,
like what I talked about in Body and Mind. If you're trying to gain 3 life, there's far better ways.
I actually really like the look of this sword though. I know it's kind of a more
It's
simple
it looks short
design,
and
but
stubby compared to some of the other ones, but I do like it. It's cool.
yeah, yeah, but it's cool. Not much to say on this one. It's very specialized, and the 3 life just really doesn't do anything. So
Nah. All right. So we got the newest one, the one that completed the 10 sword cycle. We have Sword of Once and Future. This one looks pretty cool too. Protection from blue and from black. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Surveil 2. Then, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell will be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. What you think?
Surveil 2, I'm really a fan of card, or it's not card advantage. What do you freaking call that?
Card selection.
Card selection.
I mean, it's like
I
Scribe, but in a way, it might
uh,
even be card advantage depending on your deck.
yeah, I'm a fan of card selection.
Yeah,
And then
I.
if you can take things out of there, and then something about graveyard
Yeah.
exiling it.
Oh my god. I like this one a lot because you can cast instants and sorceries from your graveyard. I like casting spells. That's pretty cool. Some of the 1 or 2 mana ones are pretty good. I play a lot of 2 mana like sorcery ramp, like 3 visits and Nature's Lore, and being able to cast those again, or even for the first time if you get to surveil it off the top. Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares are 1 mana. Those are almost always relevant, no matter what the board state's like. I like it. I like it a lot.
I feel like this is what the black part of sort of Light and Shadow should have been,
Yeah,
personally.
I like it a lot, but I want to put it B because it still feels specialized.
Yeah, same. I'm
And like
actually learning
you can't
feeling
throw this
that
in any
B.
deck. 'Cause not every deck's gonna have an instant or sorcery spell with you know 2 or less. I mean they should, but they won't.
Should, but they won't. We're on to Sword of Sinew and Steel. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from black and from red. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target planeswalker and up to 1 target artifact. Uh,
Garbage.
yeah, like, I mean,
I don't like
artifact's
it.
cute, like, but
Like, yeah, you can
planeswalker.
probably most times kill an artifact on the table. Everyone plays Soul Ring. We got Arcane Signet running around.
Like, it's
But
good artifact hate, but there are things.
you're very, very rarely going to kill a Planeswalker with it.
Yeah, I feel like this you'd only include strictly in a swords deck. Like,
Yeah. I I want to put this on D tier, maybe even E. Yeah, do E. Do E. Because,
yeah, that one's
like,
just
like,
like, that is so specific.
you play Chaos Warp, right? You want to play a 3 mana to remove anything, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'll kill this artifact for 3 mana. This is a 5 mana removal with a condition.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
like it.
really all it is. It's nothing
I
special.
don't like it. Yeah. Might even bump it down to F later. I'll convince you. All right. Sword of Truth and Justice. Equipped creature gets protection from white and blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control, and then proliferate. I
uh,
like it.
yeah, you get to. I mean, honestly, you get to +1/+1 counter, and then you also get to proliferate. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. And we have a lot of decks these days that care about proliferate. We just had All Will Be One come out, and with the new set, there's some of it with the sagas,
Yeah,
the
this
March of the Machine
this
set.
proliferation
I
and
like it.
+1/+1 counters are just like some of Magic's favorite things. So I think
Yeah.
this fits in with a lot of stuff. Like I could see me, like, if I had a +1/+1 counter deck and all that, business, I would probably throw this in here just because the flavor's cool and it works pretty well.
Yeah, I like it B tier.
I like it B tier. I think it's better than any of the other things in B tier though. Well,
We'll see.
sort of once in
We'll
future.
do some rearranging later.
Sort of once in future is pretty good too. Actually, I'd almost put sort of. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Anyway,
Anyway,
uh, just
who read that one? It's your
you
turn.
did you? Okay. Yeah. Sword of War and Peace. Equipped creature gets protection from red and from white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of War and Peace deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and you gain 1 life for each card in your hand. I think this one's fun. I just think this one's fun. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's fun though.
I was about to say these cards are way worse than I ever remembered.
No,
Maybe
it's not good. Like this
Ooh,
isn't good, but
it's
I
not
think
good.
it's fun.
I'll give you the fun. I mean, they're all fun.
Sort of light and shadow is kind of
I'm
lame,
inclined to
honestly.
put this at E, but
It's not good. No, it's not good. I don't think it's very good. It has
it's up
too
to
many
you.
conditions to meet. You like if you don't have a lot in your hand, oh cute, you're just not really getting much. If the other person doesn't have much in their hand, wow, you did 1 damage to someone and you gained 1 life or something.
Yeah, not great.
Eh.
Just for swords or Voltron decks, they'll love the protection, but anything else is not great.
Yeah. It's fun flavor, but nothing special about it. I agree. I feel like these all have a lot of hype to them, and they feel and have a legacy as if they're stronger than they actually are. And then you actually look at them.
Well, I think it's because the Sword of Feast and Famine is so incredibly good, and it's one of the oldest ones. I don't remember if it was the first one, but the first 5 came from the same block, I think. It's been around for a decade, and it has been doing work ever since. We got a bonus one, Sword of Dungeons and Dragons, the silver border, so it's not legal unless you have that Rule 0 talk with your play group. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from rogues and from clerics. Will never be relevant unless you're playing against Anawan. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 4/4 gold dragon creature token with flying and roll a d20. It explains that that is a 20-sided die. If you roll a 20, repeat this process. It's not legal. I feel like the only reason why this isn't legal is because it says gold dragon. Gold is not a color, but it's not that good. I mean, yeah, you get a 4/4 flyer, and you have a 5% chance to get another one, but it also has the worst protection out of all of them. If this were a black border card, like it made a red dragon, E
Maybe
tier,
E. Yeah, I'd
F
put it in
tier.
E. E or F. But now that they just kind of have completed the circle with all the color protections, it's hard to. I guess it'd
Yeah,
be colorless. Like you could have one that has protection from colorless.
Sure, I guess.
That's kind of cute. That'd be fun.
But that ain't this.
You're not him, bro.
I think. Any changes you want to make here? I think we can bump, what is that called? Truth and Justice and Once and Future down to C.
Oh God.
Maybe just Truth and Justice. Because I do like Once and Future.
Yeah. Nah, I can go down to C.
Like, it's not bad. In the right deck, it's pretty cool. I almost said in this deck. In a general sense, it's alright. It's middle of the line. I feel good about that. That's about as middle of the line as it gets.
I feel like fire and ice. Well, no, actually, no, not bad. Yeah, actually, I like this. I like
Yeah,
this.
making going through, I was like, we're gonna change this a lot, and now looking at it now, I'm like, that's perfect. This is exactly what I want.
And honestly, anybody can tell us that we're wrong. Tell us we're wrong.
This is the 100% definitive tier list for the Sword of X and Y.
Tell us where you think Sword of Feast and Famine should be. Maybe it's actually an F tier and we don't know it, and somebody's able to tell us. I'm not sure.
Cool. It's either S tier or you're wrong.
It's
Thanks for tuning in to Northwest Magic, guys. I've been Howie.
I've still been Levi.
Thanks and see ya.
Thanks and see you. Bye.